Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about the idea of holding your vote, because I've had a number of questions come in from people who basically feel like the Democratic Party didn't deliver for them after they went out in 2020. And they're all basically saying the Democratic Party would not have won if it wasn't for my demographic. And they're all women. And they're all right, to be honest. So the idea is that the Democratic Party didn't deliver. Okay. So why should you vote for them again? Okay. I think that there is room to discuss whether or not the Democratic Party did deliver with the razor-thin margin. However, that's not really the question, because that's how you feel about it, and I don't know what your expectations for them were. Your expectations might have been much higher than mine, so you definitely feel like they didn't deliver. Okay, so if you hold your vote, what happens? If you're somebody who would normally vote and you choose not to in some way punish the Democratic Party, you are in some way giving an edge to the Republican Party, a party that you know is coming for you. If you vote for them, you get an ineffective ally, or at least somebody who isn't an active harm based on your perception of it. That's one way to look at it. Another is to remember what voting is. And I feel really uncomfortable getting the number of questions I'm getting about, give me a reason to go vote. Voting is the least effective form of civic engagement. That's what goes on every couple of years, in addition to all of the other forms of civic engagement that a person could be involved in. Voting isn't the end-all be-all. These politicians, they're not saviors. The Democratic Party is not a tool for radical change. And if that's what you were expecting, because nobody really went into specifics about what they expected the Democratic Party to deliver on. If you're expecting radical change, you can't get it that way. You can't get it through the Democratic Party unless you radically change the Democratic Party through the primaries. And you get your candidate, somebody who you know is down for your cause, whatever your cause may be, and you get them on the ballot. Showing up every couple of years, yeah, that's okay. That is part of the electoral process. But if you're wanting to shape policy and you're wanting to use the electoral process to deliver your goals, you have to make sure you get a candidate there that actually even has the intention. Because for a lot of people, yeah, the Democratic Party, they're not an active harm, but they're not your savior. If you hold the vote, you might end up with an active harm. You might end up with a candidate who is literally coming for your rights. But again, I'm really uncomfortable answering questions about voting. I don't endorse candidates. I don't think that that's my place. But if you want some food for the conversation, that's how I would look at it. I've never viewed voting as the ultimate tool to fixing society. You change society, the laws follow. And you're going to have to get your candidate, a candidate who actually believes in what you believe, on the ballot. You have to get them through the primary process. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a party that is very much about doing what is politically tenable overall, not really about creating the change that I think the people who sent messages want. So I get it, you're frustrated. You definitely didn't get what you wanted based on the messages. They didn't deliver to your expectations. And you're the voter, you're their boss. You get to have expectations. If you're running a business and you're the boss and one of your employees doesn't deliver, you don't start advertising for the other competing business. You replace that employee. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.